always interested in sevens, and there's the most obvious seven, which, if you'll trust me, I'll try to do it. If I make circles, and I didn't come out right, but if I make 6 circles, they will exactly create a 7th at the center. Or alternatively, had I made the one at the center and made 6 around, they would exactly fill up the space. But I wanted to see if I could do it wrong end too, because there's something in saying that if you make 6, you get the 7th gratis. It's like on the 7th day God rested. The 7th comes out of what has been done. There's no further physical addition needed. It is a very important addition, but it's not tangible or physical. That's what I was trying to illustrate there, yes?
I just thought that in connection with that, the 7th tone in music is also called the leading tone.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And it's one that's implied by the tones that have gone up before it, and it contains the character of the tone that is going to be the octave or the 8th.
This is a very subtle thing. I'm just beginning to get a nose for it now. There's a wonderful alchemical story. It's called The Chymical Wedding. And it begins with this scholar who's studying in his house, and this angel comes with wings with the eyes of peacocks all over them, and hands him an engraved invitation to a wedding. And he goes to the wedding. The wedding turns out to be an initiation procedure that takes place in 7 towers, and each tower has 7 stories, and the initiates, as they graduate from each rite or each test, move to a higher story. And some of them don't pass, and they're taken out. And our hero, by the dint of great effort, gets to the 6th stage, and then someone comes and taps him on the shoulder and says he's finished now. So he's very crestfallen because he failed at the last point. They take him up to the 7th story, and he's allowed to look through a hole and see the other ones struggling with their 6th initiation. But the last one is gratis to see. It's that extra thing. He didn't even know he was going to get it. Well, I'd always resisted the temptation to use this as a case of 7. It was too sort of simplistic, the 7 circles. Well, it was simplistic because it only could be done on a surface. It wasn't true in a volume or higher dimensional volumes. You see, in a volume, I think it's 12 around 1, 12 spheres around 1. And in higher dimensions, it's a great deal more, so there was no particular significance about this. Well, then I realized that this is significant, even though it's a surface, because all analysis is a surface. So we look at the world as sevenfold because it's an analytical view. I'm afraid that's all you can do. You can't have analysis in anything other than a superficial way. In other words, if you were to go into it further, you would go into it by participating in it. You'd jump in the water and start swimming instead of looking at it. And that's what the higher stages of evolution do. After you're finished with the mind, it literally means that. You throw it away. You proceed from an inner source And the mystery of that eludes me, and I don't think it could ever be transmitted. Something you'd have to gain yourself.